Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Everyday English.
Hey there, welcome to Everyday English.
I'm your host, Benji, and we're happy you're here to join our conversation.
And I'm Luna. Episode 19. Can you believe it?
Honestly, no. It feels like we just started.
It really does. Okay, so today we're talking about making friends as an adult, which I have to say is something I have been thinking about a lot lately.
Really? Why? What's going on?
So I moved to the city about 2 years ago now, and I have my husband, I have my coworkers, I have you, I have people I see regularly, but like close friends, people I would just call on a Friday night, I can count them on one hand.
Okay, that's actually really honest. I think a lot of people feel that way and don't want to admit it.
Right? Because there's something almost embarrassing about it. Like, you feel like you should have figured this out by now.
Totally. And I think when you're a kid, it just kind of happens. You're in school, you see the same people every day, and suddenly you have a best friend and you don't even know how it happened.
Exactly. I think about my childhood best friend, Carla. We became friends because we sat next to each other in second grade. That was it. That was the whole reason.
Proximity. Pure proximity.
Pure proximity. And now I'm an adult and I have to, strategize about this. It feels weird.
It does feel weird. I had a really hard time with this when I was about 25. I had just left a job where all my friends were coworkers, and suddenly I realized I don't actually have friends outside of work. That was a strange moment.
What did you do?
Honestly, at first I did nothing. I just kind of sat with it for a while. And then a friend of mine, an old friend, told me about this basketball league he had joined. Just a casual thing every Thursday night.
Oh, nice. Did you join?
I did, and the first few times were kind of awkward, I'm not gonna lie. Everyone already knew each other, and I was just a new guy.
That's the hardest part, I think, walking into a room where everyone already has their thing going.
It really is. But I kept showing up, and after maybe a month or two, I started actually talking to people. And now one of my closest friends is a guy I met there. We've been friends for 6 years.
See, that's so good, and it makes sense. You saw him every week, you had something to do together, it wasn't forced.
Right, there was no pressure. It wasn't like, let's hang out and be friends. It was just basketball, and the friendship came out of that.
I tried something similar, actually. I joined a pottery class last year.
Oh, I remember you talking about that. How was it?
I loved the pottery. The friend-making part was mixed results.
Mixed results, okay.
There was this one woman, Diane, and we really clicked. We'd always end up chatting after class. And then one day I thought, okay, I'm going to ask her if she wants to get coffee. And I was so nervous, Benji. I was nervous like it was a first date.
That's actually a very real feeling. There's something vulnerable about it.
It is, because you're basically saying, I like you, do you like me? And there's a chance they say no or just never follow through.
So what happened with Diane?
We got coffee, and it was great. We hung out a few times after that, but then she moved away. So, yeah, that one didn't stick.
Oh, that's tough.
It was a little heartbreaking, honestly, but I think it taught me that the asking part is worth it even if it doesn't work out long term.
That's a good way to look at it. I think a lot of people never even get to the asking part. They have a nice conversation with someone and then just let it go.
Because it feels like too much, like you don't want to seem too eager.
Right. There's this weird thing where adults are supposed to pretend they don't need friends.
Yes, very cool, very busy, definitely don't need anyone.
Just completely self-sufficient, no emotional needs whatsoever.
It's so silly when you say it like that. What about apps? Have you ever tried any of those friend-making apps?
I tried Meetup once. I went to a board game night thing.
Oh, interesting. How was it?
It was actually fine. A little awkward at the start because everyone was in the same boat. We were all strangers who had signed up for a board game night on the internet, which is a specific kind of vulnerable.
That is a very specific kind of vulnerable.
But once we started playing, it loosened up. I didn't make a lifelong friend that night, but I had a good time.
I think that's kind of the right expectation to have. You're not going to meet your person on the first try.
Exactly. It's more like you're just practicing being around new people, getting comfortable with the awkward part.
And I think the older you get, the more you realize that everyone is kind of in the same situation. Like most adults are quietly hoping to meet more people.
They really are. I think if more people admitted that, it would actually be easier for everyone.
Honestly, just normalize saying, I'm looking for friends. Take away the weirdness.
Someone should put it on a t-shirt.
I would wear that t-shirt.
Okay, I think that's a good place to wrap up. Luna, any final thoughts?
I mean, I guess my takeaway is just that it's okay to find this hard. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you, it's just genuinely difficult. And most people are figuring it out as they go.
Really well said. And if you move to a new city and feel like you have no one, been there. It gets better.
It really does. Okay, everyone, that's episode 19. Thanks for listening.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.